Good evening, everyone. Just let me know if my voice is clear and you can hear me well. Is my voice clear and can you hear me well? Okay. So we will start our class today, and the topic we will cover is the image manipulation, the one that you will be using for your final project. So we will do a couple of images over here. We will do image matching a picture with a celebrity picture, matching a picture with a tourism picture, and creating a giant background for a person, so he looks like he's shrunk. So all those three things we will do like today, and we will go through all the process today. So I will just first work on the celebrity picture here. Let me open the pictures here. Okay, so I have a picture of a celebrity and I have a picture of my target. Okay, so first of all I will open up my target image. So here are some images I have, which I will use for the target, and I will see which one looks best. Okay, 219 looks best, so I can use the 219. This is the one. I will drag it here. Now it's a raw image, so it will open the camera raw option on my Photoshop, and inside the camera raw, it will open the image. Usually this happens automatically when you are bringing up a raw image. So here we go. Here we got the raw image over here. Okay. Now my target is to match its colors to the celebrity picture. So I have the celebrity picture here, and I want her to stand next to her at this part. And for that, I want to make sure that the lights at least matches with that. Inside Photoshop, we can also do like a light match, but a little bit we'll try to do here inside the camera raw, just to fix a few things here. Okay, so maybe I can increase a little bit exposure, little bit contrast, and keep checking if everything matches here with the light. Okay, a little bit more contrast will be fine. Okay, and we have to see if everything is fine, nothing is overexposing, and a bit of the contrast here. Then a bit white I will increase, but you can see that there is a white clipping showing on her shirt. So I have to be careful adding too much. Okay, this will be fine. So I have this image. Now I will open up my image of the celebrity. So I have this picture of the Billie Eilish. So I want this model to stand next to her. So first of all, I need to remove the background. So will make a duplicate copy of this one and delete the background. The reason is that because background is locked, so I cannot remove the background. So there should be a layer without a lock. That's why I made a copy of it and delete the background, because this is not locked. Or otherwise, what I can do here is that I can simply unlock it by clicking the unlock button. That's one more way to do it without duplicating it. Now I have to choose remove background. Okay. And it will give me only the model here. Now what I can do at this stage is, because there is a mask and I have to collapse the mask, I have to put everything inside a layer itself, not with a mask. So I will just make a new layer, select both of them and merge them together. So it locks inside one layer, and the mask will be gone. So there will be no mask. It will be only the model herself. So I will just take this, copy it, okay, and put it here. Now I will just make her smaller. Okay, just as this. So it matches with the model itself. Okay. Now one thing you have to make sure is there is no white matte on your screen, because when you remove the background there might be a little bit white matte, and there is, but not as much. You will notice here on the edges of the model itself there is a white matte. So what we can do is that we can go to the layer, matting, remove white matte. Okay, but it will give a fringe, like a black fringe to it. So let's do one more thing. Let's defringe it and give a value of 2. So what it will do, it will delete it instead of converting that into a black. Now it's fine, there is nothing here. Okay, now we have to match the light direction first. Now the light direction on her is coming from the left side, okay, and for her it's coming from the right side. So you can see the shadow is here and the shadow of her is on this side, on the right side, as the light is coming from the left side. So what I will do, I have two choices. Either I flip the model like the original itself. Okay, so what I did here is that, let me do it again. I think the stream got disconnected. So let me go back here. So here what I will do is that I want to match the light. To match the light, the best way to do is to add a what you call a black and white layer. If you add a black and white layer, so what it will do is that it will make everything you know, without, like it will convert everything without color. Like you will not see colors. What you will see is the shades of black and the shades of white. Okay, so at this stage what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my black and white adjustment layer and click on it, and everything will be converted into a black and white. Now I will just close this one. Now once everything is converted into black and white, I can more focus on the light. Now if you will notice that here there is more light coming up, okay, but here the light is not that visible. So what I need to do is that I want to match that. To match, the best way to do is using the eyedroppers color sample tool. So if I will go to the eyedropper, go to the color sample tool, click on my model's forehead, like my celebrity's forehead, okay, and it will show me the RGB value. I don't want the RGB value, I want the grayscale value, so I will click over here and convert that to grayscale. So it is showing me the black is quite low, 12% black is there. Now here what I will do on her, on my model, I will put the same thing and then convert this. This is number 2, this is number 1. It's written over here as well, 1 and 2, so that you don't get confused. This one I will convert also in black and white. Now the black here is quite high, it's 47%. So I have to match the 12, like 47 to 12. I have to reduce the black so it becomes 12%. So then it will be start matching my model over here, my celebrity over here. Now I will go to my model layer, take my levels, and levels, what it will do is that it will play with the colors, but I want to clip this to my model, so it will only affect the model, not the celebrity. So I will just click here to clip it. Now it is only affecting the model, not the celebrity. Okay, now what I will do, I will start bringing the white higher, okay, and you can see that it's changing over here, and I will not play with the black and black here. Mid-tone also a little bit you can change. So as soon it will reach to 15, I will stop. Okay, that's done. Now what I can do next is I will just go to my color sample again. Okay, and this time I will click on the darker area, like this part of the color of her face. Convert this into grayscale, and on her as well, and convert this to grayscale as well. So now you will notice that this one is 37%. There is a more black over here, but for her it is 34%. Now if I will go to the level, start adjusting this, what it will do is that, okay, it is fine, I adjusted 37, 37, but it messed up my lighter area. Now if I will push this again to make it 15, so it's now messing with this one. So even if I will try to change anything closer, okay, so you have to make sure it should be same. Now it's all same here. Okay, so you have to just play with these like kind of areas here, just to make sure everything looks same or fine here. Now let's go to the clothing part. Okay, so I will take one more, click on this clothing area, which is number 5. Okay, let me close my teams for a while, and I will click on this clothing area as well, and both of them I will make them grayscale. Now this is 36% black and this is 5% black. That means it is a lot. If I will change, it will big time mess up with my colors that I already matched. Okay, so what I will do in this case, I will take my paintbrush tool and a black color, and I will go inside the mask, and with the low opacity and low flow, I will start painting over here. So what it will do is that with the black color, black means wherever there is black, the adjustment layer will affect less, or you can say it will affect, like it will not affect at all. Okay, So wherever there is white, because it's all white, white means 100%, it will affect, it will show the effect 100%. But wherever there is black, so as much black is there, it will not, it will just bypass that effect. Okay. So I will take my paint brush tool and start painting over here till it becomes 5%. Oh, sorry, 36%. Okay, now why I'm doing this? Why not the way I did it before? Because if I will change from here, it will surely affect my other parts. The reason is that because this difference is too much. It's a huge difference between them. Okay, so that's how it will actually it will work. So I'll just go back here, start painting, and you can see that as I started to paint, you can see the result is now changing. So a little bit more. Okay, 37, which is fine. Not a big difference is there, but you have to make sure also there should be a blend over here. If there is no blend, it will not look right. Let me move back to white to add a little bit blend over here, and let me reduce the opacity and also flow so that it doesn't affect a lot, because what it's doing is that, okay, that's fine, it's like 36, 36. Now it's okay. Now what I will do is that I will do the same thing now. So I will take another, go to the wrinkles, okay, like the folding parts, like this is basically the folding parts here and here. Change these to grayscale to grayscale. Now this one is around 63%. This is 62, which I think is okay. A bit I can add here, a little bit white or a little bit black. Yeah, I think black. Okay, that's all. Not that much. Okay, now hands. Now what I will do here is that, like there are a lot now, so I can take my existing ones, these, move them. This one I will move to this hand. Okay, same thing here. And this one I will move to this hand. Same thing here. Now, first right side, right side. Now here, the number 5, okay, is 19%. That means there is a bit black there. Now this one is 3%. That means there is less black there. So what I need to do is that I will take my paintbrush tool, start painting that, but you have to also respect the like blending. So it should not look like there is no blend and that there is a sudden change there. Okay, oops, it increased a lot. It's fine. Okay, so 19% and this is 6%. So still I need more. Now why I'm painting all the way here as well, so that there is a blend. Okay, now I think this is fine. Now let's see, this is 26%, this is 48%. Means this is more like blacker. So what I will do, I will take white this time and then try to paint over here till it becomes 26. And I will not paint this area because this area is fine, because only the issue is that the light over here. Almost there. So I have the reason I'm painting the other part, so that there is a so like there should be blend, like there should not be an abrupt or a sharp change, so that it should blend to the change. I think a little bit I have to increase the opacity, maybe. I think that's the maximum. I don't think it can go much more further, because that's the maximum white over here. Okay, so most of the parts are done. Now we can close this. And I can take all these, right click here, delete them all. Okay, now what I can do here is that go to the black and white, turn it off, and you can see that it is kind of matching the colors here. Now this was phase one, step one, to match the light. Okay, now lighting is matching. Next step is to match the saturation. Now for the saturation, what you can do is that keep the black and white open, and we will take the selective color. Okay, now this is you can say I can rename this to light match, and this one can be a black and white guide. Okay, now I will make another one, selective layer, and call this selective color guide. These are guides, because guides we are just using to help us to recolor or to readjust the lights. Later on we can remove them. Now if I will go to the red, I will reduce all the black from the red. Okay, yellow all the way, green all the way, minus 100, black minus 100 in the cyans, blue minus 100 in the blues, magenta minus 100. Now I will move to whites, 100% black, neutral 100% black, okay, and blacks 100% black. Now why I did that? The reason I did it, so I know where there is more color and where there is less color. So using the same option over here, same amount, like the same way what we did. If I click here and then let me click here, then I give it a grayscale, and then click here and give it a grayscale as well. So here you can see this is more brighter, okay, and this is more you can say darker. So this is 30% black, this is 4% black, very less black. So here we are done with the light match. We don't want to do the light match, so we have created this like a selective color guide. That's why it changed the value, and we wanted that so that we can see which color is more uh, darker, or which color is more stronger, which color is not too strong. So that means this color is kind of strong here. So what I will do, I will just make a new layer of hue and saturation above the light match. Okay, so we can go and search where is the hue and saturation. This is the hue and saturation, and I will clip it to my model. So it will be clipped to the model down. Now what I can do here is that I can either go to the master, or I can click this button here, go over here on the model itself. Let me move this around somewhere here so I can see at least this. Okay, and then start to adjust this one. Okay, and you can see that it's kind of giving me. Now I will click here, adjust this as well. Okay, now what I can do here is that I can just hide the selective color for now and black and white for now, just to see if it is working correctly. Okay, and a bit I can do that here. Okay, that's fine. So you can see it is now changing a bit here to let's do master saturation instead of doing one by one. Go to master. Okay, a little bit master. Then reds. I don't want the red to be too sharp. Okay. Then yellow. I think it's better to keep it RGB so we can see what is going on. Okay. So you have to just compare. Now here we cannot do exactly the same, but closer to that. We can see there is more red on her. You can see the red nose you can match, and also depends on the skin color. So you cannot go more further or something like that here. So I can go all the way, not all the way back, a little bit back here. You can see the colors are lost, but that is fine. Next, what you can do is that close this one, go to vibrance, Let's close this as well. Let's remove all these. Now we can go back here in the color vibrance, clip it down to the model only, increase the vibrance. Okay, so it's kind of bringing back the natural colors, but I think saturation inside the hue and saturation should be a little bit more pumped. Okay, now that's fine. Now what we want next is to match the uh, like colors. So what I will do, I will just call this one light, sorry, saturation match, sat match 1, and this can be sat match 2. Okay, I will turn on the black and white. Selective color guide, I don't want it anymore, so I'll just delete the selective color guide, and I will go back to my sat match so that I can make a new layer of levels or curves. Okay, I will make a new layer of curves and clip it down to the model only. Now here what I need to do is that I want to match every color here. Okay, so to do that, first of all I will make one sample color here on her forehead, one here on her forehead, convert that into grayscale and grayscale. Now just keep it somewhere here so that we can see what is going on. First of all, we will go to the red channel. Okay, and here we can go to red as well. Let's do one thing. Let's go to the RGB here and RGB here. Now this one is the red. Okay, so 250, it have 254 red, and this one has 237 red. So I have to adjust the red so it reaches to 254. So if I move this part, you can see that it's kind of getting 254. It's trying to reach there, 254. But at the same time, it is affecting the whole image by itself. It's too bright. So let's write this here. Or let's try from here. That's better. Okay. Okay, now let's go to the green. Now green here is 220 and this is 230. That means I have to pull this down to reach to 220. Okay, that's fine. Now what I will do here is that I will go to now blue. Now blue over here is 221 and this is 216. So that means I have to bring it down a little bit. Sorry, move it up a bit so it will become 221. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. Now here the issue will be because it will make my image very dark or like very bright. So what I will do, I will go to RGB all at once, go to gray here, go to gray here. Now it's all matching. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. So next thing what I will do is close this one, okay, and move this here and here. So now you can see this is 37, okay, and this is 25. This is too bright. So what I will do, I will take my paintbrush, and with the same values here, I will start painting black over here. So it will start removing the effect wherever I'm painting. So I have to reach to somewhere 25, okay. Sorry, I have to reach somewhere 37. So that means it's just decreasing instead of increasing. I think let me make a rectangle here, white color, so that everything becomes white. Because black I have to increase it. The reason, the thing is that the only way I can increase the black is by making a new layer here with the levels, clip it down, make it darker. Okay, I think mid-tone I can make darker to 37. That's good. However, it will affect now my uh, this area. So if I will move here, here, you can see this is 19 and this is 7. So what I will do here is that I will go to this layer of the levels that I added just, and I will start painting over here with the black color just to see if it works out. It's just decreasing instead of increasing. So what I will do here is that I will just okay. Now I will move to here and this one here. Now what I will do, I will take this color here, start painting to bring it down to 37, this area. Okay, almost there. 37 is done. Now let's go back here. Let's try the forehead. Okay, brings the forehead down as well. Okay, now I will move to the eye. Like not the eye, basically around the eye somewhere here. So I have to make it 17, it should match. I think that's the maximum. So let's go here at the side. So this should be 17 as well. 15, sorry. I think that's the maximum, so I cannot go much. This one is 39, here it's 43. So this one I have to do opposite. Take white color. Oops, too much. Okay, that's fine. Now the neck. Where's the dark part of the neck? This is 86 and this is 63. So I have to take the black. So I have to reduce it till it becomes 63. I think that's the maximum, so I will take this one to the lighter side. Okay, this is 49 and this is 22. So that's the maximum I can change. I will take this to the this part here. Now this is 60 and this is 31, so that means I have to remove a lot. Okay. Now to the hand. This is 54, 24, so I have to reduce it much more. At some level it will stop going down. That means you have reached the maximum point. Okay, like for me it's not going down anymore. It is, but let's do one thing. Let's increase the opacity just to see. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, now this part. And this part. So this is 17, this is 41. So that means I have to decrease it as much I can, so it will become 17 at least. Okay, almost there. Okay. Let's reduce this one. Just to okay, now it's fine. Now the hands. Okay, this is 41, this is 20. So I have to paint over here till it becomes 20. Let's increase opacity. I think that's the maximum because it's not going down. So, yep, Done. Now let's see the hair. So first let's see the dark part of the hair. This is the dark part of the hair, and this is her dark part of there. So this is 99% and this is 94%. So I will take this, reduce opacity, and I will just paint over the darker part of the hair till it becomes 94. Little bit opacity I will increase. I think that's the maximum. I cannot go maybe more than that. And also depends on the hair color as well. Okay. So the lighter part, her color is more lighter. So maybe this one here will be a little different. Because it might be not same as we are looking for because of the hair color itself. Okay, so that's it. So this can be color. Okay, so I'll go to the color match here. You can see that it's not matching at all. So what you can do is that you can go to the luminosity layer, okay, the blending mode, and you can use the luminosity here so that it will start matching the color. And then we can go to the color match and use the a bit if you want it darker or lighter, or you can just check them around. Okay, and there are other layers here, but the best that works is the luminosity, so we'll keep it luminosity over here. Okay, so now we are done. The next part is to add shadow, because here you can see she have a shadow. Here she is lacking the shadow. So to create a shadow, what I will do, I will duplicate the layer of the model herself, just like this. And when you duplicate anything and when you do any changes here, you can see all the layers are without the clips now. So that I have to go back to each one of them and clip it back to the bottom layer. So it will only affect the layer which is underneath. So that's one issue here. So when you duplicate any layer, it affects the whole thing. Now it's fine. Okay. Now I'll go back to the layer here. And because I'm using 2021 version, so I have to press shift and increase the size if I want to stretch it, because I want to stretch it for the shadow, something like this. Okay, and if you will notice the shadow is sharper from the top, and from this area it is wider. So what I will do, I will go to edit, transform, perspective, and I'll change the perspective of the bottom, so it will become wider from the bottom area, and then reduce from the top, so it will become sharper from the top area, like narrower from the top area. And after that I can go to scale it a bit with the shift key, scale it down a bit, move it a little bit here, and press shift and move and scale it down. The shift I'm pressing so that it can stretch, because shadow is usually stretched. Okay, so if you will see that at this part, you will see there is a more darker shadow here, little lighter shadow. Same thing what I did is that I kept herself more off here. Okay, I'll reduce the opacity so you can see that, and less over here. Now what I need to do is that I just need to fill it with a black color. So I will just go to the layer that I created here, and I will call this shadow. I will double click over here at this part so that it can give me this option. I will use color overlay, change this to black. Okay, now what I can do here is that, because this is not rasterized, so I have to right click over here, rasterize the layer, so it will become black layer itself, not a regular layer with a black effect or any sort of effect on it. Now what I will do here is that go to the filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and I will, first of all, let me do one thing. Let me duplicate this and hide the one that I duplicated. I will tell you why I did that, what's the reason. Now I will go here, Gaussian blur, blur it, not too much. Okay, and you will notice that the shadow looks a little bit bluish because of the colors. So I will just make a new hue and saturation layer above the shadow, clip it only to this shadow, and colorize it, increase the saturation of it, and little bit I will just move it to the bluish area, and not too much saturation, and increase the lightness a bit, not too much, a bit hint of the color here, so it will show that it's a blue. Now when I'm done, I can go back to my shadow layer, change it to whatever looks good. I think multiply looks good. Also darken is good, so you can take darken or multiply and reduce the opacity so it matches with the opacity of this color over there. Okay, so this kind of suits there. Now I will go back here, and this is what I like. The reason I duplicated this, because if you will notice that where her body is touching on the wall, that area is more darker than the one which is like far away. Okay, so I will make a fake shadow which will represent, or just, or which will show the illusion of the close contact of the body and the wall. So I will just go to the filter, blur, Gaussian blur, And this time I will not give a huge blur over here, a bit of a blur. Okay, and a little bit more I can give. Okay, and now I can go to edit, transform scale. With the shift key I can scale it only to this part where it is touching the body. A little bit I can move it up. Okay, and then I can reduce its opacity. Or I think this is too thick, so one more thing you can do is that take a eraser tool and just erase some parts, so it creates a sharper edge over here. And from here I can remove it. Hair doesn't need it because hair are too soft to create shadows. This part also. So sharper shadow I want. Here I don't want shadow. Here I don't want. Here also don't want. Now I can reduce the opacity of this a bit. Okay. Now what else we can do here is that I can take the image, the original image, and you can see that this image is like a low resolution image, and this is like from the raw, so it is very clear. So to to mimic as the original celebrity, I can blur this out, so it will become, so it will mimic like a regular, or you can say um, like very low res image, like a fake low res image, that kind of thing. So I can go here in the blur, box blur, and a very little amount of the box blur, maybe 0.5, if that works. Okay, no, it's too much. So let me go to Gaussian blur. Let's see, 0.5 or 0.3. I think 0.5 will be fine. 0.3 is fine. And now, because this will be not balanced, all I can do, I can crop this image. Shadows can go more lighter. And in the end, what else you can do is that the edges should be blended. So you can take, let's do one thing. Let's take the whole thing, put them in a folder, and this folder I will duplicate it, make an original folder, and hide this one I will call original. So I will hide the original one, and this one I will select and go to layer and flatten or merge this. Okay, so what I will do, I will merge the group, so it will become one image with all the effect merged together. What it does, it took all the effects, merge it together, and make a one image out of it. Now easily I can go to my blur tool, and I can start blurring the edges of the image. So what it will do is that it will blend it more nicely with the background. because as this is a raw image and perfectly cut, it's not showing a blend between the background and the foreground. But this blur will help you to create that effect. Okay. Now, final touch, the color match. You can go to image, adjustment, match color. The source, this is our source BE79. So I will choose BE79. Layer, the layer 0. So I will choose layer 0. So now it is matching with the layer 0, but I will turn the neutralize on, increase the luminosity mean the color a little bit, color intensity a bit, and then I will start fading till I get the effect which I'm looking for. And then you can adjust these. Okay, and then you can play with the saturation if you want or any other thing. After that, let's do the saturation as well. Use saturation the last time. Only effect on this one, so clip it. Okay, fine. Now the overall effect I want here is from the lookup. What it will do is that when you click on the lookup, you will affect on all the layers. So I will not make a clipping. And here whatever I will choose, it will affect on both of the layers. So it will merge them together as a one layer. And suppose you like any effect but you think it is too strong, you can select that. Suppose I like this one but it's too strong, so what I can do, I can reduce the opacity of this. It will reduce the opacity of the effect as well. So this is, you can do that, but I couldn't find like high resolution image or something that can I can do that because I didn't have time. But when you're doing, try to spend more time here and try to download the images first, because what I did was that I didn't did it like correctly. I took the picture of the model first, then I took the I took the picture of the model first, then I was searching for the celebrity. Whereas you have to do opposite. You have to first search for the image first, okay, like your celebrity picture. Then once your celebrity picture is selected, then you will go and take the picture of the model, so that you know exactly in your mind how the picture looks like and how your image should be that you are going to take. So first take the picture, like first select the picture online, then take your images of the model. Okay, so first uh, like search for the images, okay, then you do this part. Okay, so is this part clear? So you can take a short 10 minutes break. After that, we will start with the next part, which is like searching image online. Okay, for like to working on the like the tourism picture. Okay, so we can search image online and then we can use that with our model. Okay, so just you can take a short minute like 10 minutes break and then we will come back.